Hello everyone, we are back with the Rams franchise. Unfortunately, we are dealing with quite a few injuries. Anthony Allen, a wide receiver we used a third-round pick on, in this last draft, he's got a partially torn ACL, so we have placed him on IR, and with him out, you'll be seeing more of Vernon Hitchens and Anthony Schwartz, but you should also expect to see us running more two tight end sets with Michael Kirkpatrick and OJ Howard out there. They have already been involved a bit in the offense, but I think are deserving of even more involvement in our offense based upon the way that they have been playing to begin the year. Howard had a monster game last week against Seattle, and he is only behind Cooper Kupp when it comes to receiving yards on the season on this team. Kirkpatrick, he was a high round pick for a reason. We took him in the second round. He's got a lot of talent, and I think with more playing time, he'll be able to show off his talent even more. Byron Young is the big injury we are dealing with on defense. We did not place him on IR because I would like to have him back as soon as he's available to come back. But I do expect our pass rush to take a step back without him. He was our leading sack getter on the season. It is going to be Michael Hoyt getting a start in his place. He had 9 sacks for us last year as a starter opposite of Byron Young, but there was a reason we did go out and sign DeMarcus Lawrence to replace him. And that's just because Michael Hoyt isn't exactly a game changer, and Lawrence, he hasn't been a game changer for us so far this season. We really do need him to step up with Byron Young out. The team that we're taking on today is the Jaguars, who we'll get to in a second. But first, we got to do a QB1 check-in and talk about the heavy rain that we're going to be dealing with. Josh Rosen, he had a monster game last week as well. He actually won NFC Offensive Player of the Week, and he is currently leading the NFL in passing yards and in completion percentage, all while being the most sacked quarterback in the NFL. So he's definitely a big reason why we are sitting at 3-0, and he's deserving of a lot of praise. So he's got the goal today to help us beat the Jaguars and have over 300 yards passing. We'll see if we can get that done. It will not be easy to do that because we are going to be dealing with some bad weather for today's game. But still, we're going to go out there and try and pass the ball all over this Jacksonville defense, and we'll see if we can rack up over 300 yards passing and beat the Jaguars, who are currently sitting at 0-3. They have lost 2 of those games by just 1 score. So now they're 0-3, I would assume the Jaguars are in desperation mode, because they do want to try and salvage this season to try and make a run at the postseason. They got a good young quarterback in Trevor Lawrence, who has a lot of good ratings, but he's not going to have his number 1 tight end in Evan Ingram, which is a big loss because our defense, it has struggled to cover tight ends in the past. They did sign Elijah Moore in free agency. He turned us down to sign with the Jaguars, and he's having a good year for him. The Jacksonville defense has Larry Ogunjobi on it, who was a member of us last year, a member of the Rams, but we let him walk in free agency, and he's now on the Jaguars going up against us. They used a number 1 overall pick a few years ago on Trayvon Walker, and he hasn't lived up to the hype, but he's still got time to turn things around. Javier Castillo, he was another high round pick by them, but in his past draft, and he's pretty good. It is time for us, so to go ahead and get into this game in the rain against the Jacksonville Jaguars, who will begin the game on offense with a handoff to ETN. He'll head right through the middle of our defense and pick up 6 yards on the run. He had 15 carries last week. Maybe he'll get more today in the rain. Speaking of Moore, he's going to head in motion on 3rd and short. It's a pass the other way, though, for Kirk, who can't make the catch. It was knocked up by Jordan Fuller, and Jacksonville is going to go 3-and-out to start the game. It's a handoff to Gibson, and he'll cough the ball up on the first play of the day for the Rams offense. And Larry Ogunjobi, the ex-Ram, is going to recover. You could tell that the Rams are not used to playing in bad weather after that play. Here is Ridley going down on a jet sweep. He ran right into Jordan Fuller, who has already made a few nice plays today. 3rd and 11. A pass on the right side into traffic is caught by Elijah Moore, and that is going to keep the drive alive. At the 26, Kirk is going to go in motion. They'll fake it to him, handing it off to ETN, who is slammed down in the backfield by Lonnie Culliver for a loss of 2. 3rd and manageable at the 22. Lawrence has a man open in Kirk. He'll make the catch. There is Devin White and Lonnie Culliver teaming up to stop him, though. A bit shy of the first down marker. And Jacksonville is going to settle for a field goal attempt. And they're going to make it, which is not going to be easy today in the rain and wind. But they make their kick there and make it 3-0. Josh Rosen going to the air and passing to his left, hitting Michael Kirkpatrick, who will make the catch and pick up 13 yards on it. At the 40. They go under center, toss it left side to Gibson. He'll get a block from Kirkpatrick and from Steve Avila. That is going to allow him to get into the open field where he'll juke out a defender and take it into plus territory. Montel Rodriguez in the backfield. They'll fake it to him. Rosen is going down the field. He's got a man open in Cooper Kupp, and he's going to make the catch and go down at the 13 with a gain of 31, putting LA inside the red zone just like that. A fake to Gibson. Rosen scanning and throwing to his right. He's got a man open in Mike Williams. He'll make the catch in the front of the end zone for a touchdown, the first of the day for either team, and the Rams are going to take a 7-3 lead in the first quarter. A good bounce-back drive by the Rams offense after the fumble. Here is a gain of nothing by ETN. Emmett Spearman, the rookie out of Washington, was all over that one. 3rd and 10. Lawrence is going to go down the field for Elijah Moore. And there was Kelvin Joseph to swat the pass away. It's a quick 3-and-out from Jacksonville. LA taking over at their 38. It's a handoff to Gibson, and he's in plus territory, stiff-arming a defender. He'll take a shot at the end of the play, but he's across midfield down at the Jaguars 45. A fake to Gibson, and Rosen is going down. He couldn't get the screen pass off in time. Larry Ogunjobi, the one to sack him. It's almost like he knows our playbook. On 2nd and 20. It'll be a check down to Vernon Hitchens. He'll fight his way back across midfield, picking up 9 yards on the play to get the Rams back near the original line of scrimmage. It's a handoff to Gibson on 3rd and 11, and that's not going to work out. The Rams wanted to try and make it 4th and short and go for it, but they tried to run it to get there, and it just didn't work. So they end up punting the ball away, and Jacksonville takes over at their 20. Lawrence is going to extend the play, and now he's going to take off, and he'll slide down at the 28 with a gain of 8 on the scramble. 3rd and 2. Lawrence back to throw. He'll go quick right side, hitting Brenton Strange, who is getting the start with Evan Ingram out. He'll pick up a first down and then some. At the 46, the first quarter winding down. Lawrence is going to throw to his right, hitting Elijah Moore, who will make the catch and go down just across midfield at the LA 47. Now in the second quarter, Lawrence is getting chased by a blitzer. It is Lonnie Culliver, who is going to get there to drop Lawrence way back at his own 43 for a loss of 10. On 3rd and 15, Lawrence is under more pressure. He'll back up, and he's going down again. This time sacked by Emmett Spearman, the second sack of his career to end that Jacksonville drive there. But they are right back on offense, and Lawrence is going to go down again. A 3rd sack here in this second quarter. DeMarcus Lawrence, we asked him to step up, and he does there. 3rd and 16. A pass on the right side is out of reach of everybody. He missed Elijah Moore by a lot, and Jacksonville would punt it away again. But LA's offense, they would do nothing, so here is Jacksonville back on offense. It'll be a pass on the left side to Ridley. He'll get away from Nolan Walker and Jordan Fuller, and he is gone. A 75-yard strike from Trevor Lawrence to Calvin Ridley. That is going to give Jacksonville the lead as they go up 10-7. The Rams offense has done nothing after that touchdown drive. They really need to get something going. A pass on the right side is going to be caught by Mike Williams for a first down. He's up to the 34. LA is going to stay under center. It's a handoff to Gibson off the left side. He is met and spun down right away at the 35. Only able to pick up a yard on the carry. The Rams are going to spread it out on 3rd and 9. Rosen has not much open. He's going to step up and try to run for the first down, and that's not going to happen. He'll be stopped well shy of the first down marker, and the Rams would punt the ball away. So Jacksonville a chance to increase their lead. ETN spins off of Devin White, gets a block, and is pulled down by his face mask. The culprit was Jason Taylor the second, so the long run is going to get even longer after the penalty by the Rams. Jacksonville already in the plus territory. A pass on the right side is caught by Ridley, and he's going to go down at the 42 with a gain of 7. The Jaguars go 5 wide. A pass is incomplete, intended for Brenton Strange, and that'll bring up 4th and 3. The Jaguars are in no man land. They don't want to punt it. They'll go for it. Lawrence firing over the middle. It is off the hands of Devin White, nearly intercepted. It'll be incomplete and a turnover on downs, though, so the Rams defense gets a big stop, and maybe that could shift momentum in this game. The Rams take over near midfield. A pass is caught by Hitchens. He'll take it across midfield for a first down and go down to the 47 of Jacksonville. A minute 30 to go in the half. Rosen is going to hit Vernon Hitchens again, and he's got another first down and is up to the 36. Josh Rosen, despite the struggles on offense, he's been completing passes. He's going to fire to his right and hit Cooper Kupp. He's going to go down up at the 19, putting the Rams inside the red zone with under a minute to go in the half. Rosen scanning, And checking this one down to Mike Williams, who is tackled ahead by Castillo. Up to the 10. They'll not give him the first down, though. Second and short. Rams did end up using a timeout. Rosen is going to take off, and he'll take a shot, but hang on to the ball and pick up a first down and go down at the 4, making it goal to go. There's 16 seconds left. Rosen has a man wide open in Cooper Kupp just across the goal line. How do you leave him wide open of all people, especially in the end zone? And the Rams, despite their struggles, are going to take the lead late in the first half. The Jaguars do have all their timeouts. Here is Lawrence off the left side. He's got a lot of spaces across midfield, and he'll be spun out of bounds with 8 seconds to go. Jacksonville still needs another play to get close to field goal range. A pass on the left side is caught by Ridley. He'll duck out of bounds at the 31 with just 4 seconds to go in the half. And Jacksonville does bring on Landry, who, despite the rain and wind, is going to drill this kick and make it a 1-point game. So the Jaguars, they steal a field goal there at the end of the half, and we will head into halftime with the Rams on top of the Jaguars, 14-13. We're going to get right into our second half. The Rams are going to begin it on offense. It's a toss right side to Gibson. He is met by 3 Jaguars defenders. He had no chance on that one. It's a loss of 2. Second and 12. A fake to Gibson this time. Rosen goes to his left and connects with Mike Williams, who is going to slow up and be brought down exactly at midfield. Maybe that can get the offense going to begin this second half. A handoff to Gibson, and he'll be slammed down right away in the backfield for a loss of 1. The Rams have to try and throw it here on 3rd and 11. Rosen throws to his right in the traffic, where Kirkpatrick will make the catch just beyond the first down marker to keep this drive going. 3rd and 8, a blitz on the way. Gibson can't pick it up, and it's going to result in a sack, knocking the Rams out of field goal range. The rookie linebacker Castillo is going to make a big play there to end that Rams drive. A fake to Kirk and a handoff to Etienne, who cuts back to his left. He's going to bounce off a bunch of defenders and somehow turn that run into a first down as he's up to the 31. A very run-heavy look here on 1st and 10. It is a handoff right side to Etienne, who gets some great blocks and is all the way to the LA 36, where Jason Taylor II is going to knock him out of bounds. On 2nd and 10, a pass on the left side is caught by Ridley, who is going to burn Nolan Walker for the 2nd time today for a long touchdown. Just a complete mismatch, and the Jaguars take advantage of it again, and are going to take the lead. They will go for 2 to try and make it a 7-point lead. It's a pass quick left side, where Jason Taylor II is going to stop Brenton Strange shy of the end zone, so it'll stay a 19-14 game here in the 3rd quarter. The Jaguars are back on offense. It's a handoff to Etienne, who cuts to his left and runs into Lonnie Culliver, and is down to 22 with a gain of 3. 3 receivers to the right of Lawrence on 3rd down. He'll fake it to Etienne, move to his right and throw that way, and throw it right to Jordan Fuller, who picks him off. Fuller is in the plus territory. He'll stiff-arm Trevor Lawrence to be knocked out of bounds at the 32. A potential game-changing play made by Jordan Fuller and this Rams defense. Now the question is, can their offense take advantage of the good starting field position and score a touchdown? Rosen is going to lose the ball. He gets strip sacked on the very first play after the interception. It's a near disaster. A loss of 12. Luckily, Rodriguez was able to dive on it back at the 44. A check down the right side to Rodriguez. He'll juke his way up to the 34 to make it 3rd and 13. Who is Rosen going to look to on 3rd and long? He's got time, but it's running out. He'll off deep left side and drop it in for Mike Williams. A great throw, and that is Mike Williams' 2nd touchdown catch of the day. That will give the Rams the lead again in the 3rd quarter, and they will go for 2 to try and make this a 3-point lead. It's a handoff to Keenan Russell. The undrafted tight end is fighting, and he can't quite make his way in. So the Jaguars failed a 2-point conversion earlier, and the Rams fail one here, which means we have a 1-point game in the 3rd quarter. As Trevor Lawrence calmed down after throwing the interception, he's going to take off to his right, juke out Devin White, and lose the ball. He got punched out by Kelvin Joseph, and the other starting quarterback on this team, Caver, is going to recover at the 40. The defense for LA with another forced turnover in the 3rd quarter. A toss right side to Rodriguez. He'll fight off a fellow rookie in Castillo and pick up 5 yards, going down to 35. On 3rd and short, Rosen is back to throw. He'll throw over the middle, and Michael Kirkpatrick is going to way out and make a heck of a catch over the middle of the field and put the Rams inside the red zone, going down to 14. The fourth quarter underway. It's a handoff to Rodriguez. He had a hole there for a second, but it closed up quickly, and he's brought down to 13. On 3rd and 9. Rosen has time, but not much open. He's going to step up and take off and run for the first down and slide down safely at the 3, making it goal to go. On 1st and goal, they'll toss it left side to Rodriguez, and that play is a disaster. A loss of 6 on a toss. On 2nd and goal at the 9, it's a draw to Rodriguez. The Rams are trying to catch the Jaguars off balance, but it doesn't quite work out. Only a gain of 3 on that one. So now the Rams have to try and throw it. Rosen is facing a blitz. He's out of time, and he'll have to throw the ball away, which is going to bring up 4th down at the 6. A bit too far to go for it. And the Rams do bring on Tanner Brown to kick a field goal, and it is wide left. The first missed field goal in Tanner Brown's career comes here on a very windy and rainy day, and Jacksonville takes over at the 20. They'll hand it off to Etienne off the left side, and he's up to the 30 with a gain of 10. On 3rd and 10, Elijah Moore goes in motion. Lawrence is going to extend the play, throw on the move, and find Ridley, who is going to get the best of Nolan Walker again, and pick up a first down. He's up to the 49. Under 7 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Here is Lawrence on a quarterback draw. He is in the LA territory, and down at 34. A quarterback draw working here. You never see that work in Madden. On 2nd and 10, a pass on the left side is nearly intercepted by Caver. It was in his hands. He had a chance at it. 3rd and 10. Lawrence is under pressure, and he'll roll way back to midfield and be sacked by Ronnie Perkins, which is going to knock the Jaguars out of field goal range, and they'll have to punt the ball away on 4th and 23. Under 6 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Rosen throwing on the move. He'll hit Kirkpatrick on the left side. He's had himself a solid game, and he's picking up 7 yards on that catch. 3rd and short. The Rams go under center. Hand it off to Gibson, who stiff arms a defender, has the first down, and goes down inbounds at the 35. And that'll allow the Rams to chew up more clock on this drive. 3:45 to go in the fourth quarter. Rosen has nowhere to throw it. He'll be sacked back at the 30 by Peter Derby for a loss of 5. And the Rams are winding the clock down and running it on 2nd and 15. And Gibson is brought down. There is a flag on the play. Let's see what this is for. And it is going to be holding on the offense. It is on Melvin Francois. And that'll knock the Rams back to their own 22. On 2nd and 23. It's a pass on the left side to Cooper Kupp. He'll make the catch and go down to 31 to give the Rams maybe a chance here on 3rd and 14. The Rams are going to try and throw it. Rosen is hit by Walker and the ball is out, but they'll call it an incomplete pass. Tevin Jenkins on the play is injured. And the Rams have no choice on 4th and 14. They'll have to put the ball away and trust their defense to get a stop. Greenwood on the return is popped by Nolan Walker, and the ball is loose, and it looks like Taylor Rapp, the ex-Ram, is going to recover it there at the last second. A couple of Rams had a chance at it, but they weren't quick enough. So Jacksonville avoids the disaster. Can they get down the field and retake the lead? Elijah Moore on the right side burns Nolan Walker, and is a touchdown saving tackle by Jordan Fuller at the 33 of LA. With 2 minutes to go in the fourth quarter, it's a handoff to Etienne. He goes down in the backfield. Emmett Spearman, who's played pretty well, is the one to bring him down. The Rams would use a timeout. Here is Etienne getting another carry as the Jaguars are trying to force the Rams to use all their timeouts, and they'll have to use another one here. 3rd and 7. Lawrence goes to his right for Kirk, and he can't make the catch. It is off his hands, and will bring up 4th and 7. And the Jaguars do bring on their kicker, Landry. Is he going to be able to make this in the rain and wind? He will. Jacksonville has retaken the lead late in the fourth quarter, going up 22-20. So it is all on this Rams offense. Can they get down the field? It'll be a pass, and it's a check down to Cooper Kupp. A good start to the drive as he gets a first down and gets out of bounds at the 32, stopping the clock with 1:26 to go. It'll be a screen on the next play to Cooper Kupp, who makes the catch, and he goes down inbounds at the 38 with only a gain of 5. Just a minute to go in the fourth quarter. Rosen on 3rd down. Throws deep over the middle into traffic and is picked off by the ex-Ram Taylor Rapp, who made the huge play on special teams to save a possession, and he'll take the possession away here from the Rams and end this game, handing them their first loss of the year. The Jaguars win this one 22-20, and they may have just saved their season by getting their first win of the year. It was an ugly game that the Jaguars just happened to be able to win. Had a few things gone our way, we could have won this one. The ones I wanted to point out were the fumble in the first quarter by Gibson. Had he not done that, the Jaguars don't get a few free points there, and that's the difference in the game. Had Tanner Brown made his field goal, there's a difference in the game, but just barely missed it. There was also the fumble on the punt that we just couldn't recover. Had Nolan Walker been able to cover anybody, we probably win this game. So many things could have gone our way, any one of them, and we would have won this one, but we didn't. We did end up failing our pregame goal of passing for over 300 yards, so all of our quarterbacks will have lowered accuracy for our next game, which sucks, but so does more injuries, which is what we're dealing with. Tevin Jenkins, he's got an upper arm fracture, and he's going to miss about a month at a time. So while he's out, Alex Amaya is going to be starting in his place. We used a 6th round pick on him in this last draft, and he's not a very good pass blocker, but we'll give him a chance to see what he's got. We were probably expecting to see more of Anthony Schwartz today, but he got hurt in the first quarter on special teams, so didn't really have a chance to play. He tore his labrum. Alec Pierce has been signed in order to be a depth wide receiver. He'll be behind Puka Nacua and all the other receivers on the depth chart for now. Jason Taylor II, he's got a broken finger, and he'll join Byron Young as a superstar X-Factor player that's injured on our defense and missing. Nick Cross will start for him. He was a backup for us all of last year. He's got good speed, excel in zone, but man coverage, not the best. Justice Branch will also be playing quite a bit next week. He's going to be the backup safety behind Jordan Fuller and Nick Cross. We couldn't go into a game, though, with only 3 safeties, so we have signed Brandon Hill, who has been on this team a few times, and he'll be the number 4 safety on the depth chart. Preston Smith, he's going to be released in order to open up a roster spot. He just wasn't really going to play, and we had to open up a roster spot for a different position. We are also going to be trading away Josh Oliver, and it's not that he's bad. He's a good run blocker. He's even got some okay receiving abilities, but we have another player on the roster that I'd rather keep. So we'll trade him to the Texans, who are in need of a number 2 tight end. We don't get much in return, just a 2027 7th round pick. And the reason that we're making that trade, to free up a roster spot for one, but also Keenan Russell. I think he's got a lot of potential as a super utility type of guy. So he ends up beating out Josh Oliver. The offensive line may have lost Tevin Jenkins for a few games, but we do get some positive news, and that is that Brian Sandridge has recovered enough from his knee cartilage tear to return to being our starting center. Antonio Mafi, who was starting in Sandridge's place while he was out, wasn't awful the entire time, but this last game, it was a brutal one for him. He allowed a few sacks and just wasn't very good in the run game either. So Brian Sandridge returning should help boost the offensive line, or at the very least, offset the loss of Tevin Jenkins. At least that's what I hope ends up happening. How about the Seahawks? They end up scoring 21 points in the fourth quarter to come back and beat the Texans, and that is their first win of the year. Glenn Smith, he threw a pair of touchdowns and played all right. The Cowboys, they were able to prevail, beating the Falcons 31-13, and they are just one of 2 remaining unbeaten teams, the other being the Bills. We'll see how long they can both keep that up for. The Arizona Cardinals beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers 32-28. It was another tough day for Tua, who has really struggled since joining the Buccaneers. He threw 3 interceptions in that game. Arizona, with their win and with our loss, they are now in first place in the NFC West, but we don't really play them for a long time, so can't really worry about that at the moment. But just something to keep in mind. We do play the Buccaneers next week, who did just lose to the Cardinals. It was a tough game for Tua. It's been a tough time for Tua. As a member of the Buccaneers, we'll see if we can keep making it a tough time for him as a Buccaneer, and see if we can bounce back and get a win. Thanks for watching this one, and I'll see you in the next one.